social media should label AI-generated content to prevent issues. Rapid approvals of development projects will enhance appeal to regional investors. Good evening and salam Malaysia Berita. You're watching Malaysia Tonight. I'm Otto Othman. Now, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil today called on all social media platforms to put an artificial intelligence AI label or notification on every AI-generated content posted on their platforms to avoid unwanted incidents. This move is to prevent unwanted incidents such as identity and content falsification. He emphasized all social media platform operators should be held responsible for whatever incidents happening on their platforms.
Dalam pertemuan saya dengan platform-platform media sosial di Singapura, saya telah menegaskan bahawa platform-platform juga wajib bertanggungjawab atas apa yang berlaku dalam platform-platform mereka. Sekiranya sesuatu bahan itu telah dihasilkan melalui generative AI, seharusnya platform-platform ini meletakkan tanda, put a notice that this is generated by artificial intelligence.
Fahmi said this in response to the incident involving famous social media influencer Khairul Aming, who became a victim of a fake video using deepfake technology. The minister added that this incident is among the reasons why the governments will eventually license all social media platforms to avoid this kind of incident to occur. Echoing something similar, Digital Minister Gobind Singh Teo said the government plans to introduce a code of ethics for artificial intelligence AI later this year. He said the document will serve as a guideline for citizens to use AI responsibly.
The entire AI, code of ethics and of course governance structure that we are going to propose looks into this. It's quite broad, but we're working on it and we hope to roll it out by end of the year.
He also said knowing more about AI will benefit the masses in terms of productivity and help businesses to scale. He said this after launching the Web3 Innovation Lab W3IL at Asia Pacific University, Kuala Lumpur. On another note, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil said the government is pushing for local media organizations to include stringers or part-time journalists under the Social Security Organization SOCSO scheme. This move aims to provide social security protection for part-time media professionals nationwide. Fahmi emphasized that the importance of fair treatment for stringers and announced that the government will initially cover SOCSO contributions for bernama stringers for a year.
Harapan saya, semua stringers, part-timers yang bekerja separuh masa tapi sebenarnya mereka kerja lebih masa akan dapat perlindungan sosial yang lebih menyeluruh, di samping meningkatkan pemahaman di kalangan para wartawan dan pengamal media tentang peri pentingnya kita mempunyai aspek keselamatan sosial.
Fahmi said this to reporters after witnessing the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding MOU between Bernama and Social Security Organization SOCSO. The MOU will benefit a total of 493 registered stringers from 45 media outlets nationwide, as each of them will receive a SOCSO contribution for 1 year, totaling 232 ringgit 80 sen per person starting July this year. The gap between male and female workforce participation remains significant, according to Deputy Communications Minister Teo Nii Ching. She said while the female workforce in Malaysia stood at 51.6%, the male workforce is at 78%. She said it was important to support women and girls in science, technology, engineering and mathematics STEM fields, adding that it was not only about equality, but also about unlocking potential that would drive innovation and economic growth.
when we have so many girls actually have access and actually completed their tertiary education, there is no reason why they cannot be working actively in the labor force as well. And we believe that ICT and STEM is an area whereby, because it removes the barrier in terms of physical strength. STEM is an area whereby the physical strength is no longer what we are looking at, or what the industry is looking at.
Teo said this at the Girls in Information Communication Technology ICT Forum today. She added that more girls were currently attending universities than boys, and with access to tertiary education, there should be no barriers to their active participation in the workforce. 16,000 applicants of small-scale rubber tappers and oil palm plantation smallholders will receive 200 ringgit monthly cash assistance under the Budi Agri-commodity program has been approved as of 13th August. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani expressed the figure was not overwhelming compared to their total number, which is about 300,000 in the peninsula. Its ministry also received 7,221 appeals, including smallholders in the oil palm, rubber, knuff, cocoa and pepper sectors.
Kawasan dia, kalau kelapa sawit ni 4.5 hektar ke bawah. Dia tak boleh besar-besar. Kalau yang besar-besar ni kita anggap ladang-ladang besar ni kita tak bagi rasa sini. Pasal dia ni komersial. Yang ini kita bawa kepada perkembangan kecil yang mendapat hasil untuk menyediakan kehidupan dia. Dia tak ada kerja tapi dia nanam. Jadi kita boleh terkesan, jadi kita nak bagi itu bantuan. Jadi dia kena daftar.
Datuk Sri Johari Abdul Ghani said this to reporters at the Budi Agro-commodity program at Taman Agropolitan Rantau Manis today. The minister stated that his ministry will continue to organize activities focused on the Budi Agri-commodity initiative. These efforts will include hosting briefings and providing a registration counter for smallholders to apply. The Seremban City Council MBS is the first local authority in Negeri Sembilan to equip its enforcement officers with body cameras or body cams, introducing 12 units starting this month. Mayor Datuk Masri Razali said the body cams will be worn by MBS enforcement personnel throughout their 8-hour shifts, including during the planned enforcement operations.
Selalu berlaku adalah banyak aduan lah kata segi aduan daripada pengadu tentang operasi mak kuasa yang dilaksanakan lah. Kadang-kadang ada kata isu integriti dan sebagainya, kasar dan sebagainya. Jadi apapun saya rasa dengan ada yang ini, satunya kita dapat mengelakkan lah, kita dapat menjawab segala aduan-aduan yang kita rasa boleh kita beri jawapan secara jelas dan nyata lah dengan adanya bukti yang lebih kukuh.
He was met by reporters following the launch today. He added that the body cams are capable of recording high-quality video and audio, providing reliable evidence in investigations and legal proceedings. Datuk Masri emphasized that MBS has established clear guidelines for the use, storage and management of data obtained through these body cams, adding that the footage cannot be easily erased. He expressed confidence that the introduction of body cams will build stronger public trust in Seremban and ensure that enforcement actions remain fair, transparent and professional. MBS has opted for a hire purchase arrangement with Technicom Electronic Sendiran Berhad for a 2-year contract running from August 1st, 2024 to 31st July 2026. Now, the upcoming salary adjustments for civil servants is expected to significantly boost Malaysia's economic growth and benefit small and medium enterprises or SMEs, particularly in the property and retail sectors. Housing and Local Government Minister Ngako Ming said the rise in civil servants' income levels is expected to boost domestic consumption. He said this will create more business opportunities for SMEs, especially for those in the real estate and retail sectors, generate more employment opportunities and drive economic growth. Several international institutions, including JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, have upgraded their ratings for the Malaysian capital market. In the first quarter of this year, Malaysia's economy grew by 4.2% year-on-year, driven by increased household spending, high trade volume, and improvements in the labor market. Nga emphasized the robust recovery and steady growth of Malaysia's economy under the leadership of Datuk Seri Anwar. He stressed that the Madani government will continue to monitor economic development trends and is committed to fostering comprehensive and sustainable economic growth through various policy measures to ensure that all sectors and industries benefit from economic prosperity. In conjunction with National Day celebration, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad through Rapid KL has announced that all its rail services, as well as the BRT Sunway line and selected bus routes, will operate around the clock for the first time on Merdeka Eve, in conjunction with the 67th National Day celebrations. Prasarana President and Group Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Azharuddin Matsah said the rail services, including light rail trains transit, mass rapid transit and the monorail. Azharuddin expressed that Prasarana is committed to providing the best service with over 4,000 Rapid KL frontline staff working in shifts to ensure the smooth operation of the 24-hour service and to provide a good travel experience during this year's National Day celebrations.
Rapid KL akan turut menyediakan sehingga 60 bas perantara percuma dari stesen MRT Putrajaya Central ke Dataran Putrajaya bermula jam 6 petang 30 Ogos hingga 3 petang 31 Ogos bagi memudahkan warga kota yang ingin meraihkan sambutan Hari Kebangsaan 2024 yang bakal berlangsung di Putrajaya.
He further commented 9 buses will be available from the Putrajaya Central MRT station to various attractions around Putrajaya. This year will mark the 6th time the National Day celebration will be hosted in Putrajaya. 40 injured Palestinian civilians will be airlifted from Al-Maza Air Base, Egypt, Thursday night to Malaysia for treatment via 2 Royal Malaysian Air Force RMAF Airbus A400M aircraft. Egyptian ambassador to Malaysia, Ragai Nasser, said that the 2 aircraft are scheduled to arrive in Malaysia on Friday morning. Nasser said the selection of the 40 wounded Palestinians for treatment in Malaysia was made under the direction of President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi following a request from Malaysia's Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. The injured Palestinians currently receiving treatment in several hospitals in Egypt have suffered a myriad of medical issues, bone injuries and burns. Last week, Datuk Seri Anwar announced that Malaysia would help with flying injured Palestinians to Malaysia for treatment. Malaysia's Defence Minister, Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin, later confirmed that 2 RMAF aircraft have been deployed to Egypt for the mission.
Kecemasan, boleh saya bantu?
Hello, there's been a motorcycle accident here. Maybe an elephant ran it over?
Sir, there is fire accident at the address number 5 Jalan Tembika Shah Alam.
PGO from FRT Shah Alam, there was no fire accident here. Over.
MERS 999. Use it wisely.
Coming up, Malaysia-Asean cooperation vital to attract renewable energy investment.
Kecemasan, boleh saya bantu?
Hello, there's been a motorcycle accident here. Maybe an elephant ran it over?
Sir, there is fire accident at the address number 5 Jalan Tembika Shah Alam.
PGO from FRT Shah Alam, there was no fire accident here. Over.
MERS 999. Use it wisely.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim today called for speedy approvals of development projects by the federal and state governments as well as local authorities without compromising on regulations to make Malaysia attractive to investors in the region. He emphasized that though the country recorded positive economic growth and had stepped up the approval of development projects, the Madani government would continue to improve the ease of doing business. Dato' Sri Anwar, when chairing the 45th meeting of the National Physical Planning Council (MPFN) today, said the synergy between the federal government and the state governments will continue to be strengthened to create a more holistic development planning landscape. The meeting is an important discussion platform between the federal and state governments in examining matters related to urban, rural and national development and the land use planning. The meeting also discussed control and management mechanisms for rare earth element or REE mining activities, balancing economic returns, sustainability and ensuring no disruption to forest reserves. Close cooperation between Malaysia and Asean member countries is crucial for boosting investment in the country's renewable energy sector. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Fadillah Yusof emphasised that Malaysia possesses significant potential and resources for investors.
Baik, sebab itu banyak negara yang ingin melabur di Malaysia. Tapi kita memerlukan negara-negara lain untuk melabur di Malaysia bukan saja bidang-bidang downstream, tapi dalam konteks membekalkan tenaga, the transmission line, semua investment itu besar. Sebab itu kita perlu jalinan hubungan antara setiap negara ASEAN ini. Kalau kita sama-sama boleh melabur dalam bidang-bidang baru ini, insya-Allah bukan saja Malaysia tapi ASEAN itu sendiri akan menjadi sebuah negara yang kuat seperti mana the European Union.
Dato' Sri Fadillah, who also serves as Minister of Energy, Transition and Water Transformation, made these remarks during a press conference following the dinner with the Malaysian diaspora. The Deputy Prime Minister further highlighted that the upcoming APEC 2024 Energy Ministers Meeting, or EMM, will be an opportunity to explore international approaches to renewable energy, including financial models and investment strategies. The EMM APEC 2024 will be held over 2 days, starting tomorrow at the Lima Convention Center. During his visit from 14th to 16th August, Dato' Sri Fadillah will highlight Malaysia's dedication to its energy transition efforts, ensuring a fair and inclusive process, and the nation's ambition to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. On another note, Deputy Prime Minister said Malaysia is prepared to provide an additional 100 megawatts of renewable hydro energy to Singapore if required. This capability is implemented via the Laos Thailand Malaysia Singapore Power Integration Project LTMSPIP.
It's not about Singapore to purchase more. It's about in what way, as ASEAN members, we can help each other. Because definitely there'll be needs in terms of new investment. When there's new investment, there's need of new energy demand. And the challenge right now is talking about clean energy and also renewable energy.
He added that the matter will also be discussed together with the Senior Minister of Singapore, Loh Yen Ling. Discussions are scheduled to take place outside the APEC 2024 Energy Ministers Meeting, EMM, in Lima. Focus is also directed to the discussion on the extension of LTMS-PIP. From 2022 to this year, the Laos Thailand Malaysia Singapore Power Integration Project has facilitated the import of up to 100 megawatts of renewable hydropower. This project represents the first multi-stage cross-border electricity trade involving 4 ASEAN countries. Now, various foreign companies have shown strong interest in Johor, especially with the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone, JSSEZ, set to be signed between Malaysia and Singapore by year-end. State Investment, Trade and Consumer Affairs Committee Chairman Lee Ting Han noted that Johor is currently in discussions with 15 to 20 foreign investors in sectors such as healthcare, medical devices, advanced manufacturing and energy to invest in the JSSEZ.
Pada akhir bulan ni, bulan Ogos ni, akan ada satu kumpulan kerja bersama di antara Malaysia dengan Singapura yang diadakan selama 3 hari di Johor untuk mengtamatkan polisi dan juga mengtamatkan insentif dan perkara-perkara berkaitan dengan penubuhan zon kerana Johor-Singapura.
He said this at the Invest Johor 2024 event organised by the Johor government and RHB Banking Group in Forest City. He added that Johor aims to take advantage of the ongoing trade war between the two superpowers to attract investors looking for a neutral location to relocate or set up their operations. According to Lee, Johor has the right ecosystem to attract these investors with its strategic location, making the state a preferred investment destination in the region. Endaran Automobile Nasional Berhad Aeon, a subsidiary of DRB Highcom Berhad, anticipates Malaysian electric vehicle EV market penetration will reach up to 2% by year-end, spurred by the introduction of new EV models. Its CEO, Akbar Daniel, reported that as of June 2024, local EV market penetration was approximately 1.5%, and he expects this to increase between 1.7% and 2% due to the arrival of new brands and national models like the Proton E-Mas. Akbar attributed this growth to rising customer awareness and an increased willingness to adopt electric vehicles. The availability of charging stations for long-distance travel also plays a role, as consumers need not relocate to the Klang Valley to access the EV ecosystem. Additionally, Akbar emphasized the company's commitment to enhancing after-sales service to improve customer satisfaction, which includes launching Aeon Capital Sdn Berhad's digital financing platform for online car bookings and purchases. Aeon, the official distributor for Proton, also represents global brands like Audi, Mitsubishi and Volkswagen through its subsidiaries. Now, Proton Holdings Berhad is collaborating with Zhejiang Geely Holdings Limited to enhance its vehicle models. The partnership has been ongoing for years and gained momentum following the establishment of Proton's Research and Development Center in China in April. Proton aims to upgrade its models by leveraging joint resources with Geely, supporting efforts led by R&D engineers in Malaysia. This collaboration will enhance Proton's competitiveness through Geely's global presence. As a national brand, Proton uniquely combines the ability to conceptualize, design, develop and manufacture vehicles from scratch. This capability is now further strengthened by integrating Proton's in-house expertise with Geely's resources and knowledge. In its 39th year of production, Proton reported that its first model, the Proton Saga, achieved sales of 7,855 units last month, marking its best single-month performance since October 2013. Year-to-date sales for the Saga have risen 8.8% year-on-year to 42,693 units, setting the stage for an impressive sales year. Since the first Proton Saga was produced on 9th July 1985, total sales have surpassed 2 million, confirming its status as the most popular model from a Malaysian brand. The Saga remains a cornerstone of Proton's offerings, recognized for its reliability and affordability, and continues to resonate with its target audience after 3 decades. Adding to that, the highly anticipated 2025 Proton X70 has been launched today. The national automotive company aims to sell up to 2,000 units monthly, leveraging its updated features and infotainment system. Vimala Kasturi Rasmi has more.
Introduced in 2018, the X70 is Proton's first vehicle based on a Geely model. Since its debut, the automaker has sold over 100,000 units of the SUV, making it one of the best-selling premium SUVs in Malaysia. Deputy Chief Executive Officer Roslan Abdullah stated that since bookings opened in early August, they have secured 1,000 units in just 2 weeks. They also plan to expand exports beyond the current 10 right-hand drive market.
We will ensure that all cars will be delivered within this month, if not early next month. We have been in the 10 countries, South Africa, we've been in Kenya, so we're going to penetrate these countries as well as, I forgot to mention, there is also in Brunei, very near. So we're going to penetrate the current and also the new market.
This model includes 360 new parts and enhanced user features such as lane centering control LCC, a new steering wheel and a combination LCD meter. The starting price for this new C-segment SUV is RM98,800 on the road, excluding insurance, valid for Peninsular Malaysia. Proton adding new system for powerful yet efficient drive that fits in this era of globalization. Bimala Kasturi Rasmi, RTM.
Moving on, experts believe Malaysia's Islamic finance industry has significant growth potential. Tan Sri Azman Mokhtar, chairman of the Malaysia International Islamic Financial Centre or MIFC Leadership Council, noted that Islamic banking assets represented 45.6% of total banking assets by the end of 2023, with expectations to surpass 50% in the year next or two. In the capital market, Islamic instruments like Sukuk and Ikuti make up 64% or around 3.9 trillion ringgit, and Sharia-compliant assets are projected to exceed 50%. Maybank, the largest bank, already has 69% of its assets compliant with Sharia law. Tan Sri Azman emphasized the substantial opportunities for growth within the Islamic finance sector, which has seen a compound annual growth rate of over 11% over the past 20 to 30 years. Global Islamic financial assets are estimated at approximately $4.5 trillion, a figure that could increase when including Waqf and Zakat. He also advocated for listing Islamic financial institutions on Bursa Malaysia to improve transparency for investors. MIDF research estimates that Malaysia's GDP growth for the second quarter of 2024 will be around 6.1% year-on-year, driven by strong performance in the services sector. In a recent note, MIDF Amanah Investment Bank Berhad highlighted that domestic spending remains robust, with domestic demand being the primary driver of growth momentum in second quarter 2024. Consumer spending has increased, as evidenced by a 7.4% year-on-year rise in retail trade in second quarter of 2024, up from 5.2% in first quarter 2024, marking the fastest growth in 4 quarters. Additional factors contributing to GDP growth exceeding 6% include positive developments in construction and stronger outputs in manufacturing and mining. While export recovery has aided second quarter 2024 GDP growth, significant boosts from net exports are unlikely due to higher import growth. MIDF research anticipates that growth momentum will persist in the second half of 2024, supported by increasing domestic economic activities and recovering exports. However, they cautioned about potential downside risks to Malaysia's growth outlook, including possible inflation re-acceleration and uncertainties from external factors such as slower growth in China and the US and escalating geopolitical tensions. Well, that concludes this evening's Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, social media should label AI-generated content to prevent issues. Malaysia Madani, Jiwa Merdeka. I'm Otto Othman. Thanks for watching.